Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy 4th of July. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful Tuesday so far, and hopefully, you're not working today. Hopefully, you've been able to kind of get out there, enjoy some of the nicer weather for a lot of folks, and definitely some of that summertime heat and humidity for sure. And, just hopefully, you're out there barbecuing. Hopefully, you're spending time with family, and hopefully, you can get out there tonight and enjoy some of those firework displays. Unfortunately, for myself, I have to work tonight, so I will not be able to partake in those fun activities, but, it is what it is. Something has to pay the bills. So, anyway, we'll definitely talk a lot today about tonight's forecast because I do want you to know the latest on what we're expecting for this evening. But we're also going to talk a good bit about the week ahead because, again, I will be leaving for vacation tomorrow morning, which is Wednesday, and I'll be gone through Saturday. So I will not have a video Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. So that'll be a 4-day stretch, which is, I'm pretty sure, the longest stretch I've taken without posting a video since I really started this channel up. So I do apologize about that, but it's 1 week out of an entire year, so hopefully we can all manage. And of course, I love to talk about other channels that I think are great. Obviously, Mitch Westweather, great channel to check out over the next week. He's a great guy, and I'm sure again all of you already watch him, but just definitely make sure to watch his channel over the next couple of days while I'm out on vacation. So, with that said, though, let's go ahead and start talking about the forecast for tonight and the week ahead. So, taking a look at satellite imagery right now, so far a relatively nice 4th of July for a lot of folks. We did have some storms up in the northeast this morning, and we're also seeing some storms fire throughout the southeast this evening, but the good news is these are relatively scattered. So taking a look at radar imagery here, again, the northeast had some storms this morning where we actually even have some flood watches due to some of the flooding ongoing from all this rain, excuse me. But the good news is this is slowly working its way out of the picture, so we will hope that those storms will clear out before we get into this evening. Now, as for the southeast and mid-Atlantic, again, just a lot of scattered showers and storms really kind of south of the Ohio River Valley. So, especially back here towards Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, and even through sections, throughout the rest of the southeast, I should say, we are seeing these scattered showers and storms, and a couple of which are becoming strong to severe. At the time of recording this, at least, we have one up here into the North Carolina mountains that's getting kind of strong. So, again, some folks will see rain today, but that will not be everyone. In fact, a lot of people, I think, will have a pretty dry night. Now, as we go through the next couple of days, the severe weather threat will continue, and a lot of this is because of a change in the pattern that we are seeing, which I'll talk about later on, but we're going to go right back to what we had a week or two ago, where we had a lot of that northwest flow. So this isn't quite the ring of fire pattern, but it is similar in a way that we are going to get a lot of storms to work their way kind of down in a similar trajectory that we saw with that ring of fire pattern. So we'll definitely watch out for that. So tomorrow, a slight risk from Denver all the way up to Chicago and surrounding areas for the chance of some strong to severe storms as we go through the day tomorrow. Now, as we go into our Thursday, again, another area of severe weather. Once again, this is because of that pattern change back out here into the west through sections of the Rockies and through the Great Plains. So, taking a look at the forecast for tonight and radar and what we're expecting, I'm going to move this ahead to about 8 o'clock because this is a lot of the times, this is about the time a lot of people will probably be getting outside and getting prepared to maybe, watch some of those firework displays. Again, I think radar will look a lot like it does right now with scattered showers and storms through a lot of the southeast, mid-Atlantic, and northeast. But overall, it should begin to improve over the next couple of hours, especially after the sun goes down. We'll at least likely lose new storms firing, and we'll just have to kind of watch whatever storms are left over going into those evening and overnight hours. And of course, those will continue to kind of diminish as we go through the overnight. Now, going into our tomorrow afternoon, our Wednesday, again, it's going to look a lot like today, just scattered showers and storms firing off for just about anybody, really. Again, just kind of a classic summertime pattern, and that same idea will continue into Thursday afternoon, where once again we'll have some afternoon scattered showers and storms for folks. All right, so taking a look now at this kind of pattern change that I was talking about, as we move this ahead into the next couple of days, I want you to notice this area of blue. This is troughing in the jet stream. So a lot of times whenever you see this blue, that means that the jet stream is buckling down And wherever that is where we likely are going to see a bit cooler weather, but also more active weather in terms of kind of the storms that we see, especially this time of year. Now, this was wintertime we're talking about. This could signal more of an actual cold outbreak and maybe some snow. But this time of the year, it more or less just means a tad bit cooler with more storms in the forecast. And you'll notice as we go through this week, this blue will really kind of begin to expand. And by the time we get into this weekend, we have a pretty new kind of defined pattern here. So again, you'll notice we have kind of this troughing down here like this. And with that, we're getting flow with, or in this general direction where you kind of see these arrows going that I have drawn. So what that tells me is we're going to see kind of rounds of storms fire off around this and kind of work their way, in this general direction. So again, this is similar to what we saw last week, where we kind of had a lot of these derechos or rounds of storms kind of start up in this general area and then work their way down to the south and east. This will be quite similar to that. And we will also once again have some big heat, but this time won't be quite as expansive of an area, and this time will be more confined to the desert southwest as well as once again here into southern Texas and Louisiana. So again, kind of similar to the Ring of Fire pattern, but not quite the same. And you'll notice that as we move this ahead into the following week, we could get even a more defined kind of pattern like this with really big time troughing here in the east that once again could lead to some of those, lesser in temperatures and more in terms of thunderstorm activity. So looking at here at the precipitation map, again, kind of you'll notice just these rounds of storms kind of work their way through the East Coast. And again, starting back out of the plains and working their way eastbound through at least the next week. So again, it'll be cooler than average, and we will see the chance of afternoon thunderstorms or rounds of more defined storms really throughout the next week at least. Taking a look now at kind of the temperature anomalies here. Again, as we go through the next couple of days, you'll notice these blue colors kind of work into that general area that we talked about, while on the other hand, we have pretty bright reds down here into the desert southwest and the southern Great Plains. So again, kind of similar to the Ring of Fire, not quite the same. And as we move this ahead, again, those blues really kind of take a hold of the east as we continue to go throughout this week and into next week. And again, this doesn't mean it's going to be cold by any means because it is still July, but this does mean we're more likely to have highs in the 80s compared to maybe the 90s. Now, one thing that we're not going to lose, that is the humidity. So, again, this is the dew point map. We look at this all the time. And as this, continues through the next week, it really does not change a whole lot. It's still very humid into the East Coast and the Southeast. And then, of course, drier once you get back out towards the Rockies. So, again, relatively speaking, it's still a summertime pattern. It'll just be maybe a bit more on the stormy side compared to the sunny side for a lot of folks over the next week or so. And then, of course, if you're down into Texas, where I do have some viewers, it's going to be really hot and a lot less on the stormy side for you folks down there, which I know you're probably tired of, and I'm sorry to tell you, but it is here to stay for at least the next week. So taking a look at another thing that I haven't shown in a while, but since I won't be here for the next 4 days, I do want to briefly mention it, is the tropics. And as you can tell, there's really nothing to talk about. But I did want to mention that there is nothing to talk about, just because, it is that time of the year, so it's definitely something that we should be looking at more often. Alrighty, so with that said, again, I hope you're having a wonderful 4th of July. Hopefully you can get out there and enjoy it tonight. I'm hoping it doesn't rain for you folks who, want to get out there and enjoy it. And, of course, like I've been talking about, I will not have a video out again until Sunday because I'm going to be on vacation. So, again, like I said, definitely go watch Mitch West. He's got a great channel, and I'm sure a lot of you already watch him. With that said, though, I hope you have a great rest of your week, I guess, and I will see you all on Sunday.